Thank you very much, Anton. I'm very happy to be here. I hope that you will enjoy the afternoon. There are many good speakers. They will present different aspects of how we usually use bioinformatics and biotechnologies methods that are coming. And I will just try to give an overview of what is at the moment existing and what it will come, and some visions that we usually have in the community. So let me see there that this works. So I'm to present myself. I'm Professor Erik Bongcam. I'm from the University of Agricultural Sciences in Uppsala, Sweden, and this is a university that is the only one in Sweden that have veterinary and several other disciplines, and they are benefiting very much from the bioinformatics community. All the genomes that are coming from animal, plants, and other related agricultural areas are something that I will try to explain why it's so exciting. So all these biotechnologies and bioinformatics, new techniques, are really shaping our lives at the molecular level. And this presentation will explore some of the aspects, and I will say really explore some of the aspects. In the 1990s until the 2000, it was another kind of revolution shaping and changing the ways that we think and work. If you were standing here 1992 and try to explain for people that there is a new way of communicating, which is internet, and telling them that there are tools that will come, people will just think that this is nice, but not very interesting for me. And then you will tell them, I have visions. With internet, you will communicate with devices that are portable, and you will go around in the buses and pay for trains and interchange communication, and even maybe talk to your family or friends through a device that is you can transport in your pocket. People will laugh at you. They did in 1990s. And you all know now that this is what you have, and you are so used to it that you don't realize that this has changed the life of most people in the planet in ways that you cannot imagine. You can go to any country in the world and people is communicated. You maybe even can see that things go so fast that the rulers of the planet don't even follow the activities that are ongoing. The so-called Generation Z, they have changed even the political situation in many countries without the control of the authorities, because they had no clue how to manage, and no one knows how to do it. Things move very fast, but things are moving fast in another area, and you are in the middle of it. And if you really jump into the train, you will see that the opportunities that will come for you are the same opportunities if you were around the 90s to have new ideas and really crazy ideas. And you maybe will become the Steve Jobs of biology or biotechnologies. You don't know. I don't know. It's up to you. It's open. It's the times to do this. So nowadays, the biotechnologies are the ones that are creating data and creating possibilities to understand life as these. And this is what's going on at the moment. So at the moment, these are things that are already here. It's not even the future. We have incredible portable sequencing machines that you can put in your pocket. I have students and colleagues that travel to different places in the world, and they ask the question, do we have different pathogens in different places where we are? And they don't need to isolate things and run to another country and isolate. They do it in the spot, and they can do the work. This is amazing. It's just your fantasy that put the limits for this. You can also do real-time pathogen detection. That means that you can, as we do in Uppsala, for instance, in Sweden, that we have systems in which in the sewage water, we are collecting the water and we are sequencing the water and asking the question, do we have any new viruses or pathogens that the hospitals have not discovered yet? But scanning the water and having clever algorithms, you can see before the the hospitals know that there will be an epidemic of patients and they will be prepared. This is ongoing. This is used not only in Uppsala, but in many, many countries now. This is coming. And things will be very much about speed and about scale. And again, I mentioned the portable sequencing. These are just every year, they're coming with a smaller, more efficient, and the protocols and the ways of working change. With the real-time pathogen, again, is also something that after COVID is something that exploded. I mean, everyone understands the need of that. These pathogens, even if it's a virus that only contain 32,000 base pairs, paralyze the whole world. And we still don't know what the repercussions of this little thing did to all of us and is doing to all of us. Can you imagine to understand things like a human being that has 3,000 million base pairs? So things are getting complicated. And this is where it's speed and scale. So I usually see our body as in the health systems. I did my PhD and I got my PhD in the development of gliomas, which is a mortal cancer type coming from the normal glial cells. And at the time when we were isolating genes, we isolated 1 gene or 2 genes. Nowadays, we isolated everything, and we isolated not only from one individual, but from thousands, of not even millions. And this is making us to see our even body as a living data system, because as soon as we collect data and we have enough with data, we can put the systems to try to understand this. But what is interesting here is that it's not enough knowing the genome of a person, of an animal, of even a plant, because you're not living in a vacuum. You are living in a whole system. So we have other things that we need to take in consideration. And one of them, the major one that's coming really as a revolution for our health, is the second genome. It's all the microorganisms that live inside us. They are connecting to us. They're producing metabolites all the time, and they're even telling you, go and eat, and make you even angry if you're not having food directly, because they do produce drugs that modulate your well-being or bad being. And this is called the second genome, because if you count the amount of genes that these bacteria have, they have around 3 million genes, and you as a human being have around 20,000 genes. So who is modulating and having the power there? It's really interesting, and this is things that we will have many, many products in the coming years. So we will have personalized microbial fingerprints, which means that with advanced AI and sequencing technologies, every person, patient, even from birth, they will have this sequencing to see how did your body look like and how this has changed with the time. And you will monitor your health, not just when you are sick going to the hospital. This will be monitored. And you say, well, this is expensive. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's becoming cheaper and cheaper, the technologies. And it's much better to prevent than to cure a person. That costs much more. Also, we will have AI-driven diet recommendations. You will open your refrigerator at home. That will have your whole genome, your whole microbiome in the database connected to this. And that will allow you to open maybe 3 or 4 boxes that contain the diet that is your personal diet. And then 3 or 4 other boxes that are for your parents or your friend or girl or boyfriend, I don't know. So things will be personalized at the refrigerator level. Why? Because food is as medicine. It's a completely dynamic ecosystem, and nutrition is much more important than we believe. Most of the diseases that we're having today, which are cardiovascular, which are diabetes, they're all due to food. We are not eating anymore what we were used to. We are eating ultra-processed food that contains a lot of things that are not very nice to our bodies. We eat things that are several months of age. And why are they around and you can still eat them? Because they're full of antibiotics, but not antibiotics like we use in medicine, but preservatives that kill microbes. When you eat that, you kill most of your beneficial bacteria in the gut, and that creates problem for you. A lot of allergies are due to this. So understanding all of this, I talk about your genome, I talk about your microbiome, but what is triggering many of the health problems is the so-called exposome. The exposome is a new term. I don't know if you're acquainted with it, but exposome is all environmental exposures that an individual encounters through their life. And these are factors like air quality, your dietary habits, I've mentioned, water quality, which is becoming the most important thing in the world, will be more expensive than oil soon, and also psychological stresses. So well-being is always something that you need to take in account in a good and a healthy environment for you. Understanding this is crucial for understanding how external factors will influence your health in combination with the two other factors that I mentioned before, your genome and your microbiome. So we need to have very holistic health pictures. And this is only done by integrating data from different sources. This is not as easy as it sounds. It's very difficult, but it's doable. And we have more and more and better tools. So you all know the magics of AI, but the magics of AI will not work if we do not have good data to have as input. So we will see how these things work, but I think that if you work in this area, you will see that this is revolutionary work. I'm coming from Uppsala, where Linnaeus is the most famous doctor professor in medicine, but to do medicine at those times in the 1600, they needed to know their plants. And for that reason, he created the whole system to understand nature. And he sent his students to all over the world. Some were around for 1 month, some for 1 year. Some of them never came back to Uppsala. They all have samples of living plants, animals, whatever. And then he systematized things. We, at the moment, are living in the same type of era. We are collecting data to understand what we are doing and understand for the future. To understand these things, not only at the sequence level, there are several projects that anyone is interested, I can mention them. I have no time to go in detail, that are collecting data. There are individuals wearing different devices to looking at the air, the heart pressure. I think that even some of you already in your phones have several of these newly created devices to monitor your health. And this is something that is already ongoing. And this leads us to the concept of One Health, which means that you are interconnected between your genome, your microbiome, but with the animals, the plants, and all environmental that where you live. And understanding this exposome and the factors that determine your own body will give the understanding of the future. So the quote, genes load the gun, but the environment pulls the trigger, really explain the whole thing. And I think we all agree when he's explaining this easy way, but a lot of projects, and even when you get medicine or treatment, they don't see things in this way yet. But I think that this is what is changing anything. So One Health, One Data ecosystem. This is what is coming. So we need to interconnect the human, animal, and environmental to understand the health data. And bioinformatics, which as a discipline, is a crucial language that will interpret all this data across these domains. And this enlightens the incredible need for collaboration, and interdisciplinary. We cannot be in our small silos anymore. We need to work together, even if we have completely different disciplines. For all of this, well, I say we have accelerating biological discoveries. We are revolutionizing the drug discovery process. Some of the speakers will talk about this. We will have enhanced healthcare diagnostics, will integrate diverse biological data. And the last part can never be forgotten. We need to be aware what is possible to do to also have deep ethics discussions, because this can lead to many things. So this, for you that are young, and even for some of us that are old, some people ask, well, I'm studying to be this and that. Well, once I was studying molecular biology, that was kind of the science fiction of the future. Today is just something you need to have, but to have another career. So the names of the jobs that you will search for in 5 or 10 years, they will be completely different of today. And I was just kind of playing with these ideas, and one of them could be artificial intelligence curator. So a person that knows the limits and can understand artificial intelligence and really see what the errors of input into any artificial intelligence-based solution has. So these jobs will be kind of, when you are a computer scientist, to see that the code is well written. But it will be a kind of new thing. Biodata architect, designing systems that will adhere to the FAIR principles. This work will allow biological data to be structural. So these kind of jobs will arise when people have this completely covering projects. And also, for instance, digital epidemiologists that will monitor health trends. They will be experts in reading the data coming from, for instance, as an example, the monitoring of sewage water, air, which is possible to do, analyze the sequences there, and to this. Also, microbiome designer, that will be something for the future. You have different health, you have different conditions, you have different food. This will help you to design a complete new, well-engineered flora for your gut and help you in being more healthy. So all of this is thinking about the future, but what can we do today? Well, today already you can have this portable sequencing and sequence on site. You can do immediate disease detection. You can do artificial intelligence-driven nutrition insights, and you can have digital twins in healthcare. The ideas here to finalize is that not any single lab in the world can understand life. Only networks can do. And network can only do this because they join the efforts of many disciplines and many groups and even many input from many cultures. So the closing message is embrace the future, but you need to embrace it together with others. We need to navigate this biodigital landscape. You will see several examples today of things that can be done, that's been done by our colleagues. And the most significant transformation will arise from our ability to collaborate and connect. We need to be very open. Academic world has been very close. In the past, the dream was just find a gene, find a mutation in a gene, take a patent, become millionaire. That time is gone, more or less. It can be some there, but one gene, one disease, forget it. It's complex aspects, it's many factors. Even cancer, to understand that, is a multi-hit disease. You have a gene that may carry for you that you may develop, but you need also that environment trigger this and many other factors. So this is how things look like, and this can only be solved by working together. And I hope that some of you get interest in what we are doing and contact my colleagues or contact me for being part of future workshops and future training in these areas, because this is a moving target area. Nothing that you learn today will be the same in 1 month or 6 months, because the technologies, as I mentioned, are changing, and the protocols are changing, the algorithms are changing, and the programs are changing.